Game, that's what is going on. My name is Tnek127 and welcome back to another video. And today I actually got a PUBG video I'm going to be talking about with you guys. Now excuse the gameplay in the background. I'm one of those very tactical-ish style cautious characters, so there may not be a lot of combat in this gameplay particularly, just more so running around and scanning areas, but enjoy the gameplay regardless. That's not really the point of this video. In today's video, I want to talk about the hate that's going on with PUBG on the Xbox One, and why this hate is so important to me. Why hate in general with console port games is so important to me. So let me talk to this. For those who are new to the channel, don't know who I am, and you're just watching this video because it's something that popped up in your news feed or on YouTube or something like that. My name's Tnek127, obviously. My channel here, I'm based off of, console MMO RPG and enthusiasm. Sorry. But, basically, I, announce news and stuff like that for console MMORPGs. And veterans to my channel, they'll tell you this. I cover leaks. I'm always, harassing community managers and stuff like that to get news information on, console MMO ports and all kinds of, console ports to games and stuff like that. They're mostly MMORPGs, but there's been a few instances, where I've covered leaks and stuff like that for other games and things too. Now, the reason this subject in particular is so important to me is because PUBG is a prime example of what you get, when you constantly request for games to be brought to console. One thing a lot of people don't seem to keep in mind is when a game is brought in early access or in alpha build or beta build to PC, the PC version also has bugs and suffers similar issues. Now, they're not going to be on as deep of a scale as console because PCs are obviously, more powerful and they're also easier to develop for. Consoles, you have the restriction of a controller, you're working with less power and stuff like that. So there's a lot to a console port, and throughout my time doing this on YouTube and learning about this process, I've started to learn a lot of those things. Now, the reason this bugs me and the hate like we're giving with PUBG in particular, and I'm going to talk to my viewers and stuff like that, why a lot of us are picking a bad game and company to criticize, and why this is going to hit the home a bit, is because developers listen to feedback. And we'll use one game as a prime example, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Whether you love the game or you hate the game or hate EA, because of what they've done with the microtransactions and things, what happened with, the supply drops being removed from the game and stuff like that, that's a prime example of, hate just adding up and developers actually, just doing what people want. Now, for years now, and all last generation, us console players, we complained that we never got the games PC could. We never saw, the cool MMOs, the cool games and stuff like that PC games got to make. Well, thanks to these next-gen consoles, we're finally becoming blessed with the ability to get some of that stuff. But we're getting them in the same state that PC gets them in. Early access test builds and things like that. Now, the reaction we're giving for getting these things after begging for this for nearly a decade is a terrible thing. Now, I understand, Xbox, they have the advertisement with the Xbox One X, the world's most powerful console, and blah, blah, blah. So they put a lot of pressure on themselves throwing that slogan around everywhere. And then, PUBG comes in and it's running anywhere between 15 and 28 frames per second. I can understand how that can piss some people off. I get that. I completely understand that. But at the same time, you're warned and reminded every time you boot up your copy of PUBG that this is a early game that's still in development. The same thing with all the PC players that bought this game in this build that we're currently playing it in right now. A year ago, they were given that same warning. Now, you know, you're trying to enjoy a game, bugs, issues, and crashes and stuff like that happen because not only are you testing the game, but you're trying to enjoy the game for what it is, which is, you know, understandable. You're close to winning a match and the game lags, kicks you out, or crashes or something like that. That's frustrating. I get that. But we can't shell out so much hate to the point where developers are going to want to revoke doing this kind of thing for console players. Because the amount of criticism and hate that PUBG gets for the Xbox One is just flat out ridiculous. It's dumb. And the reason this bugs me is because, and it bugs me more about that the people that criticize it, the ones that actually purchase this, who criticize it, they're the ones that bother me more. And the reason for that is because you knew what you were getting into this whole time. When the game was first announced, you were told how it was going to be. When you purchased it on the preview program, you're told in the description, and your console even tells you what the Xbox One preview program is, and you're constantly reminded of it on the first page before you even get to the title screen of every single time you boot up the game, that this game is a work in progress. You're basically paying to play it early, and when it is in its final build and launch, you'll own it. Please report blah 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 issues on our forums and blah blah blah. This is the same opportunity that PC players are given. This is the same thing they do with all of their games that they get in alpha builds, early test builds, and all that stuff. Now, granted, it may run a bit better for them because, like I said at the beginning of this video, their machines are a lot stronger. But if we keep up this mentality, if we hate on every single thing that these developers decide to hook us console players up with early, we're going to be having a repeat of last gen where we just don't get anything all over again. And people on my channel, especially, you guys of all people, should be cautious because this is Bluehole. This is the same guys that are making the game that y'all are anticipating most. Terra for console. What if, you know, our bashing and hate got them, you know, just so down to the point where they just said, hey, screw it. You know, we don't want to bring any more console ports. The console community freaks out every time, you know, we give them something in early access because of frame dips and normal game crashes. What if they decided they wanted to bring Infinite Realm to console, and we were going to get that in an early access form one day, and Bluehole decided they didn't want to do it because they're just sitting there thinking, wow, you guys remember how PUBG on the Xbox One went? Do we really want to go through all that hassle and crazy feedback again? The developers are going to do in the end what makes the consumer happy. Yes, they're passionate about what they do. Yes, in the end they have the option to make their own choices. But if they really see that us players, us consumers are unhappy with the product, we're not going to keep getting the product, and they're not going to keep giving it to us in that form. So I understand, like I said in the beginning, earlier in the video, I understand bugs, issues, glitches. They're frustrating. You buy a product, you expect it to work. I get that. But at the same time, if you purposely buy a product that's in early development, especially if you're an adult, you know how to read. You're not stupid. You know what you're paying for and what you're asking for. You know what you're doing. If you have a little bit of knowledge of video games whatsoever, you know exactly what you're getting into. That's all I'm saying. So the hate for PUBG, guys, as a fellow console enthusiast, it's gotta chill. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, guys, y'all enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button for me. Be sure to leave comments, leave feedback in the comments below. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tnek127, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace out, take care.